I used to open my chemistry book and my brain would just flatline. Too many equations, too many formulas, too many nightmares. But now, I've finished chapters in one sitting, remember formulas like phone numbers, and actually like chemistry. Sounds illegal, right? Nah, it's just neuroscience, memory science, and study science, all wrapped into a method that'll make you unstoppable. Let's turn that C- into C6H12O6, pure energy. Let's begin. Understand the chemistry of chemistry. Before you touch a single chapter, you need to stop thinking like a student and start thinking like a scientist. Chemistry is not about memorizing, as it's about patterns, reactions, and systems. This next 30 days, it's going to be the greatest comeback of your lifetime. We are going to flip the script entirely. Most of you are watching this because you're stuck in a rut. Zero progress, 100% anxiety, and a chemistry exam that's looming like a final boss. I'm going to show you how to get ahead of 98% of students by following a system so fast it feels like you've hacked the exam board server. We're going to answer how to kill procrastination in 2 minutes, how to swallow an entire organic chapter in one sitting, and what is the zip secret. While you're planning to start, someone else is already using these illegal tricks to secure the top rank. If you've ever felt like your brain has an error 404 the moment you see a benzene ring, this is your resurrection. I'm promising you a grand payoff, a 30-day roadmap that turns chemistry from a nightmare into your strongest subject. But the real question is, are you ready to stop being a walking meme of failure and start being an elite high performer? Let's dive into the system that makes the impossible inevitable, the tomorrow loop and the zip system breakthrough. Look at your screen right now. You're likely trapped in the tomorrow loop. It's that comfortable lie you tell yourself at 11 p.m. while scrolling through study motivation reels. Your brain is high on cheap dopamine, making you feel productive just for watching a video, while your actual chemistry book gathers enough dust to conduct a surface area experiment. Most students set goals that are as hollow as a vacuum flask, big on the outside, empty on the inside. You're trying to build a skyscraper of knowledge on a foundation of wet cardboard and broken promises. This is where everyone fails. They set the what, but never the how. They set goals without a system. The breakthrough isn't a better timetable, it's the zip method. Zero in, interleave, and print. If you don't zip your study sessions, you're just wasting electricity and brain cells. Imagine trying to charge a phone with a broken cable. You're plugged in for hours, but the battery stays at 1%. That's your current study habit. We're going to fix that connection. When you apply zip, chemistry stops being random letters and starts feeling like a predictable, high-speed game. The average student spends 3 hours choosing the right aesthetic highlighters for a schedule they'll never follow. Stop it. That's just procrastination in a fancy suit. Instead, we use doom prevention thinking. Write down the 3 things guaranteed to make you flunk. Your phone's do not disturb that you never actually turn on, the toxic group chat, and the one more real addiction. Block these or accept the moi moi reality. Can you trade 30 days of mindless scrolling for a lifetime of glory? Most won't, but you will. Zero in, the sniper approach to physical chemistry. The first letter of our system is Z for zero in. Most students try to read a chapter from page 1 to the end like it's a Harry Potter novel. That is the slowest way to learn. Instead, you need to zero in on the exam blueprint. Start at the very top of the pyramid. Look at the last 5 years of questions. Identify the most repeated numerical types and concepts. Prioritize those chapters. You are using the exam's own logic to beat the system. This is targeted warfare. In physical chemistry, the mistake is memorizing formulas without understanding their ancestry. Derive a formula once, and it anchors into your long-term memory. Zero in on the units. Most silly mistakes are just unit conversion errors. Use the laser focus loop. Watch a 10-minute explainer, close the book, and summarize the logic. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old or your pet dog, you don't know it. Physical chemistry is just math in a lab coat. It looks smart until you realize it's just trying to find X again. You finish the high-weightage topics in 20% of the time. While others are struggling with the introduction, you've already mastered the questions that actually carry the marks. It feels illegal because you're ignoring 80% of the fluff to master the 20% that matters. But what happens when you have to switch from the logic of physical to the chaos of organic? That's where the I in zip comes into play. If you don't master this next step, your
Your brain will switch off the moment you see a reaction mechanism. Interleave, hacking organic chemistry like a puzzle. The I in ZIP stands for interleave. Most students study one subject for 5 hours straight. Neuroscience says that's a scam called the illusion of competence. Your brain gets bored and stops absorbing. Instead, interleave your topics. Study 45 minutes of organic mechanisms, then switch to 15 minutes of inorganic trends. This keeps your neurons firing and prevents the flatline effect. Organic chemistry isn't about memorizing random names. It's a puzzle of nucleophiles and electrophiles. If you understand who wants electrons and who has them, you can predict any reaction. Think of organic reactions like a subway map. Every reaction, alcohol to aldehyde to acid, is just a different station on the same line. Create a reaction subway map on a single A4 sheet. Connect everything. When you see the connections, you stop memorizing and start predicting. But even if you learn it fast, how do you make sure it stays printed in your brain forever? This leads to the final, most powerful letter of the ZIP system, print, the neuroscience of permanent memory. The P in ZIP stands for print. This is the elite level memory method. Stop passive reading. It's just looking at words and hoping they stick. Instead, use active recall to print the info into your neurons. Close the book and try to draw the reaction or write the formula from scratch. If it's not coming out of your head, it's not in your head. Use the 3P system for formulas: pattern, logic, practice, solve 3 problems, and placement. Connect it to a visual. Silly equals memorable. Example: Avogadro's number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23. Imagine 6 Avengers eating 22 tacos at 10:23 p.m. Now you'll never forget it. For complex inorganic trends, use a memory palace. Assign the periodic table trends to locations in your house. Electronegativity is in the kitchen. Atomic radii is in the bathroom. Walk through your house mentally and see the info. It sounds crazy, but memory champions use this to remember thousands of items. Use the Pomodoro trick. 25 minutes of intense ZIP study followed by a 5-minute break. Mute all distractions. If you can master the print phase, you'll be the student everyone asks, "Wait, how do you remember everything?" The 30-day illegal comeback roadmap. Now, let's put it all together into the 30-day ZIP execution. This is your resurrection roadmap. Days 1 to 10, zero-in phase. Identify the 80-20 hot zones. Focus purely on high-weightage chapters and previous year questions. Clear the backlogs that are weighing you down. Days 11 to 20, interleave phase. Start the 45-15-minute switching. Build your organic subway map and derive physical formulas. Chemistry should be happening in the background of your life. Days 21 to 30, print phase. Intense active recall. Move from reading to testing. Solve 1 mock test daily under a timer. This 30-day plan is your hell week. It requires you to sacrifice the short-term dopamine of one more reel for the long-term glory of a top rank. Imagine the look on your parents' faces when they see your result. Imagine the shock of the Sharmaji-type neighbors who expected you to fail. Isn't that feeling worth 30 days of discipline? Use this time or lose it. Result day at home is like a CID episode. Dad is ACP Pradyuman looking for evidence, your mark sheet, and Mom is ready to break the door and your spirit if the marks are low. But with the ZIP system, you'll be the one providing the evidence of greatness. You've moved from "I'll start tomorrow" to "I've already finished." You are now part of the 2% elite. The illegal speed you've gained isn't magic. It's just better science. This ZIP method isn't just a study tip. It's a weapon. I've given you the map, the hacks, and the 30-day blueprint. Now it's time to go into the lab and actually cook. If you found even a single atom of value in this video, then subscribe to our channel right now. We don't just give knowledge, we build executioners. We are building an army of students who don't fear the syllabus, but make the syllabus fear them.